Segment is sponsored by Oakdale Egg Farms.
Well, we're going to put those eggs to great use today.
We are going to. You know, not only did I get to grow up with the family whom I just adore, I'm going to show you that not only are the Oakdale eggs great for breakfast, but they go great in baked goods. No hormones, no antibiotics, they're cage-free. Perfect for baking. And I'm going to do the German chocolate cake, which is one of my favorites cakes, as well as my dad's for Father's Day. So I have all of the dry ingredients in here, from the cocoa powder to the flour, the sugar. I actually even use espresso powder in the cake as flavoring, not as anything else, because the espresso coffee really intensifies the chocolate in the cake, and that's exactly what it does. So I don't want you to get really squeamish about it, because I'm using it just like you would real vanilla as a flavoring in there. And I have a half a cup of coffee in here as well to help intensify the chocolate, and I'm using it as flavoring to really intensify it. So with any cake, you start with the dry ingredients. You get them all together, you mix them all together, then you combine the wet ingredients and mix them all together, and then you combine them all together. Now, what I really like about this is because I developed this with buttermilk and sour cream in it. So it has both of those. Sorry for the squeak. Mixer here that's just so delicious. It's just been with me forever and ever. And I'm going to add the wet ingredients right into the dry ingredients. Then you're just going to mix this together for a couple of minutes until it combines together and everything is well together. Scrape down the bowl and all that kind of stuff, and then the batter is ready. It's just that easy with a German chocolate cake. Now, real quick, before I go away, in this pan, I'm making the German chocolate frosting with butter, canned milk, there's brown sugar, vanilla in here. To this, I'm gonna add 2 egg yolks from Oakdale Eggs, along with chopped pecans and sweetened coconut. I was gonna say Mary's favorite, sweetened coconut, shredded coconut. So when we come back, we'll finish it all up. I can't wait to show you my favorite cake made with Oakdale eggs.
All right, I love that cake too.
Just for Father's Day. Your corn okay?
Ron's been growing some corn. I call him Farmer Ron now.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it.
That's good. That's good. So the cake batter is already done. I've just taken a spatula, scraped down the sides and the bottom just to make sure everything is completely mixed up. I'm using little 6-inch rounds. Now, you can do any size of cake pan that you want to. These are just fun. I used to actually make little birthday cakes for friends and do little 6-inch rounds. And so whatever cake that you use, rule of thumb, fill it up 3/4 of the way full, and it's going to be done. Now, I did grease and flour this pan, go into the oven 350 degrees. This size pan takes about 30 to 35 minutes. So you'll have to adjust the cooking temperature with a toothpick test, depending on the size of your pan. Now, over here, I have one that's already done, and I've cut it into 3 different layers. But what I wanted to show you is this trick. If you put a notch into the pan or into the cake, what this is going to allow you to do is actually line back up these cuts so that they're all even, because inevitably you may have some little swoops or dupes in there, and if you do it that way, then you can line all those back up so you get everything back up perfectly. Now, the frosting is completely cooked. It is ready to go. You can see how gorgeous that is. I am not going to frost this particular cake yet because the frosting is too hot. So you need to make sure the frosting cools down completely. Otherwise, what happens is it runs and the cake kind of tips to the side like this. So make sure the frosting is cold or room temperature and the cake is completely cooled so that you don't get that melting frosting tip of the cake. But those are ready to go now. So 9 by 13, little 6-inch, however you want to, it's a great thing. So not only are Oakdale eggs great for breakfast, they're great in baking. I have my German chocolate cake all finished there. Special thanks to Oakdale, dear family, wonderful product. Go grab them, support them, and enjoy the German chocolate cake. It's on cookingwithchefbrian.com, featured, or you can go to KUTV.com, guys.
Yeah, I love that billboard says, how do you like your eggs? In a cake.
In a cake, perfect.
That's right. Yeah, and